this is David B69. Welcome to today's video. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well, and hit the notification bell for future videos. Let's get on to the show. Hey everybody, this is David B69, and this is 5 things I hate in the current state of YouTube land. Now when I'm talking about YouTube land, I'm talking about the land where it has to do with gaming and retro gaming and current modern gaming. I don't care which it happens. There are some channels that do great. They put out great content. They're constantly gaming. They're enjoying and showing off the things. Like I like to show off MLB The Show 25, and I flood the page with MLB The Show 25. No episodes today. No reason for it. I just wasn't feeling up for it. So that's what happens sometimes. And that could be one of the people's complaints. People can complain and say, hey, it's like, you're supposed to make daily content. It's like, just because I put 3 videos out the day before, they need me to put videos out every day. There's a matter where I do want to do that. I enjoy making content, but some things are just not possible. So, the 5 things that I hate that's currently going on. Number 5, and this is a very simple one. I recently have been seeing more and more of this kind of content, and it kind of irks me as a collector. Somebody will buy a new game for like the NES or Super Nintendo or Genesis, and it's a brand new game. It's never been out before because it was just developed and just created and just released. This happens all the time at game shows and other places and stuff, because developers are trying to get their name out there. They're trying to push themselves out there. But instead of making things for the next gen consoles and have to pay those rights in order to get their content up there, they figure, well, let's just throw it in the cart and we can play it on the old systems, where they do not have to go through that kind of criteria to get their code checked out and make sure it actually works and there's no issues with the game. Because a lot of those older games, they have bugs. So as much as you say, oh, this is a new game we developed and we just released it, well, guess what? You're not going to get any patches on it. But that was a lot of games back then. They didn't have any patches, but you had to send it in Nintendo first, and they had their whole checks and balances. So beware of buying new stuff that was just developed. Just a public service announcement from David B69. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't want to collect for it because it's worth absolutely nothing. The games are actually valueless, except for unless you enjoy the experience with those games. I don't have anything against somebody buying stuff like that. I just enter as a world of caution and stuff, because there could be issues. So that's basically it. Number 4, modding games and playing on a PC and pretending that you are playing the actual game. I saw this with a baseball game quite recently, where they were saying they were playing, like, I think it was 2K. So I think it was 2K6 actually. And they were saying they were playing it, and they showed a picture. They showed a picture on the thumbnail, and it was the Xbox 360 version. But then when they're playing it, it was playing the PS2, and you could just tell that the game was modded. There was so many little bugs and screen tears. It was just really, really nasty. And the guy was complaining. He was complaining during his stream that this game is broken. The game isn't broken, dude. The problem is you're streaming a modded game. A mod is never going to be 100%. That's just my opinion. And I'll stick to it. I mean, there are people that mod a console, which I am not for either. I don't even like modding a console because you're still not getting that 100% authentic experience of putting that disc in the drive and having it run, or putting that cart in the drive. I really am not a big fan of that either. So that's basically my opinion on that subject matter. Which brings me right to number 3, playing on modded consoles. I do not like modded consoles. Like I said, I'm completely with the authentic thing. Don't give me a Sega Saturn and you play all the Sega Saturn games. I do understand it because it's a lot cheaper, but it's also a lot illegal. Basically, changing your hardware, I mean, it's a personal choice, but you can't really sell it unless you're going to sell it to somebody else that's okay with being illegal. And that's just not me. I'm personally not with that. I really don't care for that. I don't want to be part of something like that. As a developer in the past, I really am strict on whatever my code was and being used for. I don't want it to be given out there and everything like it's nothing. And that's just my 2 cents. It's my opinion, but it is what it is. Number 2, collectors who sell off their collection after saying they're collectors just because they want to play it on digital. I don't mind and everything if you want to sell off your collection because you can't afford it, or there's an issue with that anymore, or whatever. I mean, it's your collection. You could do with it as you will. I have no problem with that. You need the finances, that's fine. But don't go and tell me that you're doing this to choose modding over it. I personally don't like that. I don't think that is real. You're not a real collector. You're not a real gamer, from my standpoint. If you're going to play a modded game and go into that all the time, you're not authentic. You're just not. I mean, it's okay if that's what you feel and that's how you're feeling that you are. Whatever, it's fine. But don't come out and say it on YouTube saying, oh, I'm a gamer, but it's like I'm just going into the mod scene. Okay, you're basically going into an illegal market, because if you own the ROM, but you don't own the game that you just sold off, you are breaking the law. Plain and simple. It's not complicated. So, okay, last one is the biggest bugaboo, and that is resellers. Man, I understand resellers, and I understand them flipping games and doing this, but there are certain people, I'm going to leave them nameless, that actually go out there, they present a certain story to a store, and they do this on their YouTube channel, and then they wind up flipping all their collection after they told this whole sob story of, oh, I just like reliving my childhood. You didn't relive any of your childhood. You went back and everything, and within 30 days after you collected it and got this thing at an extreme discount, you went to Amazon, you flipped it right back over so you can make a big wad of cash in your wallet. You're not a collector. And it's like, I mean, you might have enjoyed the games as a kid, but you're in it for the cash. And I don't care for it. I don't respect it that much either. But like I said, that's just my opinions. It is what it is. But is there anything else that annoys you on YouTubers? Maybe it's you are annoyed by me for whining about different people on YouTube. I don't know. I was just trying to do something. Glitch wasn't available. He's been really busy the last couple weeks. So I wanted to have a little bit of discussion without him. But let me know what you think in the comments below. And I'll talk to you next week. Till then, peace. I'm out.